Okay, so this is week 4, Tuesday. Well, technically Monday's homework. And it's for perimeter area volume surface area, assignment 15, backside, so it's B. And we're going to go over the first question, which is number 9. Hold on a second and make sure this, no, where's 9? Okay, first thing I want to do is to classify the shape. What shape is it?
To triangular.
Good. Not a triangle.
Triangular prism.
Write that down. First step, classify the shape. Okay. You need to find the volume and the surface area, right? So second step, you need to find the surface area and also the volume. So you need to find the formula. Do you have that?
Length times width times, or length times width times height divided by 2.
So which one do you want to do first? I'm going to do the surface area or the volume?
Volume.
So the volume, all you're going to do is going to find the area of the shape on the bottom. Do you see that? So find the area of the triangle times the height. That's the volume. Do you see that? So for this triangle alone, because it is by itself, I'm going to just redraw it like right here. Okay. Make sure how do you find the area of a triangle? What do you do? What's the formula for area of a triangle? Good. So this is going to be the B and this is going to be the H, right? Do we have anything there that's provided for you on this triangle?
Base.
That's not the base.
Oh.
6 is going to be the hypotenuse. That's going to be the longer side. The base is right here. That's the base. What is that? Do we know what the height is? No, we don't. So what do you do to find the missing side here?
Use a
Pythagorean theorem, right? Which is basically the square of two small sides added together equals the square of the longer side, correct? Which one's the longer side?
6.
6 squared, 4 squared, question mark squared, right? Now solve it. That is your height, correct?
Yeah.
So let's find the volume first. 1/2 base, which is going to be the 4, height, 2 square root 5. Do you see how this 1/2 and this 2 just come and cancels?
Yeah.
That's gone, right?
Yeah.
So then it's just 4 square root 5. That is going to be your area of the triangle, right? Times height. Height is not the height of the triangle. This is the height of the prism. So what is the height of the prism?
The height of the prism is
It's this piece that you haven't used yet. Do you see that? So times the 16. 4 times 6 is, it's not, is it 16? Okay, 4 times 16 is 64.
Yeah.
Square root 5. And you could put millimeters cube. And that's the volume.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
So that was the volume demonstration.
No, that's the volume. That's just the volume. I haven't found the surface area yet. That's the volume. The surface area is gonna be a little bit different. That's gonna be the nut. Do you understand? So I'm gonna do it over here. Surface area is gonna be the nut. If I were to unravel this 3D shape, I'm gonna have several faces, right? How many faces do you think you'll have?
Um, 3.
Well, we have the two triangles. Do you see the green triangle in the front and the green triangle in the back? So we'll have two of those, correct? So I'm gonna have two of them times two, because there's two, right?
Yeah.
Plus, do you see this flat rectangle right here? Do you see the yellow flat rectangle? There's only one of those, right? And it's a parallelogram, but it's really a rectangle. It just looks like a parallelogram. What is the length and the width of that?
Um, I don't know. Yeah.
Do you see how it's like 6 and 16 is the length and width? So to find the area of that, it's just 6 times 16, right?
Okay, yeah.
Which is what?
Um, 96.
Great. Now let's go back to the triangle. Did we already find the area of the triangle? Wasn't this the area of the triangle for the volume? What was it?
Here's the one.
But there's two of them. So then multiply by 2, right?
Yeah.
There's two triangles, right? For the surface area. So 2 times 2 is going to be a 4 square root 5, right? Now, there's two more faces on this triangle. The first face is going to be this part right here. Do you see that piece right there? This purple or blue thing right there?
Yeah.
You see that? Okay, now let's label it. What is this part here and what's this part here? And that part is a 16, right? And this part, didn't we find this part? What was that part right there? Which was the height of your triangle, wasn't it? What was the height of your triangle? Oh, hold on a second. We fudged up, I think. Yeah, I did. No, the height of that is 2 square root 5, right? This is 2 square root 5. The area of the triangle, this was the area of the triangle, right? So I'm just going to change this. 4 square root 5. So 4 times 2 is 8. Do you see how you have to be very careful because you can make mistakes? That's why I'm trying to label everything. Yeah. So this is the height of the triangle, right? Okay. So then plus, here we go. 16 times 2, square root 5, correct? That is going to be 32 square root 5, right? Do you see how now I'm like just adding a collection of them? Like I have this one plus this one plus this one, right? We have one more face, if you can believe it. Okay. The other face that you still have left is going to be this orange face right here. Do you see that? Do we know what the orange face is? The base and the height or the length and the width? What's this part right here?
Yes.
Yes, what is it? 6. Yep. What's this part right here? There you go. Wait, hold on. No, that's not 6. This part right here is what? 4. Do you see the 4? Do you see the 4 right there? Yeah, that's 6. I don't know why there. No, that's not 6. It's base. It's base. Yeah. So 16 times 4 is going to be 64, right? Well, there you go. There's her faces. There's a lot, Grayson. But if you think about it, there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 faces to a triangular prism, right? So let's add everything together. So when you add everything together, 96, you can add it with 64, correct? Go away. Oh, why is this here? 96 and 64 is 160. Yes?
Yeah.
So these two can be added because they're the same term, right? Then, do you see these ones right here? They both have square root of 5, right? So you can add the 8 and 32, which gives you 40 square root 5, correct?
Yeah.
Your surface area is this, meters square. And if you're like, this is confusing, you're right, it's confusing. You did this before, like last year, but we'll practice more this weekend. Okay?
Yeah.
Do you see how those are the answers? Okay? It's not easy. All right, number 10. Read it.
Okay, number 10, find the bottom end of the surface area.
I think the triangular prism is one of the harder ones. So these ones should be rather easy. So number 1, classify the shape. What is it? Okay, number 2. What's the formula for the surface area of a pyramid? You might have to Google it or something. You did it last time. You're gonna have to do it again this time. I don't know what the formula is. Area is find a height. Let me see. What height? Prism pyramid. Don't see it. What is perimeter of the base? Landed height plus the area of the base. Perimeter of the base. That's the surface area. So 1/2 perimeter, 3 times 4 is 12. Slanted height, which is 8, plus the area of the base. Okay, 1/2 PS plus B. 1/2 PS plus B. Okay. 1/2 PS plus B. There's a lot of things going on there. You need to copy that down in your notes. Write that down in your notes. Or just write it down here, actually. Yeah, we'll just do it here. Okay. P is perimeter of base. F is slanted height. B is area of base. Okay? Okay. What shape is the base?
Shape of the base. Shape of the base is a square.
It is a square. So let's find the area of the square, right? Area is going to be side times side. So what is it? What is the side here?
6.
No. Do you see the arrow for 6? The arrow for 6 is pointing to this line right there. Do you see this red line right here? That's the height of the pyramid. Do you see that? The side of the base is 8. 6 is the height of the pyramid. 8 is a side of the base. Do you see that? So what is the area of the base? Times 8 is? So then I know that this part right here is 64. You agree? What does P stand for? The base. How do you find the perimeter of a square? It's like building a fence. Adding the side. What is the side? What's the measurement of your side? How many sides do you have? 8 times 4 is? No square because it's just perimeter, right? Now you know that the perimeter is 32, so put that there. What does S stand for?
Stands for standard height.
Slanted height. This is the part that she really needs to explain it to you, but she didn't. Do you see this triangle, this yellow triangle inside this pyramid? The slanted height is this pink line. Do you see that? So you're gonna have to use the Pythagorean theorem. I know you're like, what? The Pythagorean theorem? Yeah, because if I take that triangle out, take a look over here. Here's my triangle, correct? This right here is the slanted height. 6 is the height of the pyramid. Do you see that? What is the base right here? Do you know? What is that? No, 8 is the whole thing. Do you see how this piece is only half of 8? Do you see that's only half? So if that's only half, what's half of 8? Do you see that now? Right angle is right there. Let's use the Pythagorean theorem to find the slanted height. The slanted height is also, is it the shorter side or the longer side?
Longer.
It's the longer side. So we'll put S squared as a longer side and then add the square of the two shorter side, right? 36 plus 16 squared, or go ahead and solve that, please. You need to copy it down the best you can. And if you can't, that's fine. Just do the best you can. And then this weekend, you're going to have to be practicing more. Let me know when you find the slanted height. S stands for slanted height, like right here.
Well, Miss Bruce uses S as side.
Well, yeah, there's a lot of different letters in math that means the same thing, but you have to understand for which problem is the purpose intended for its use. All right, so now that I have slanted height is going to be 2 square root 13, correct?
Yeah.
So let's put it all together because now I have all the 3 letters, correct?
Yeah.
So surface area equals 1/2 perimeter is 32, 2 square root 13 plus 64, right?
Yeah.
Now, it's easy to do this one. What's 1/2 of 2? Do you see how that just kind of cancels?
Yeah.
So you have 32 square root 13 plus 64 centimeters squared because you're looking for the surface area. Do you see that?
Yeah.
Okay, that's just the surface area. We're going to have to do some work for the volume. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Okay. I think I kind of remember this, like the volume is going to be the area of the base times the height times 1/3. Do you kind of remember that from last year?
Yeah, but not like this. It's like,
No, it's exactly the same. I remember exactly that we did this.
okay, well, she's really.
I know she's doing a bad job explaining it. I'm not explaining times 1 times height. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, it is. I just want to confirm that. Okay. So volume. Volume of pyramid is B 1/3 H. Do you see that? B is what?
Area base.
H is
Height.
height of what?
Well, and
This is not the slanted height. Do you understand? Let me explain to you how this works. in this pyramid, look at this pyramid right here. And I'm going to try to explain this as best as I can. Look at this pyramid.
Yeah.
Okay. In this pyramid, this blue line right here, that blue line is called the slanted height. And it's called a slanted height because it's slanted. It's like sideways a little bit, right? That is slanted height. Does that make sense? Yeah. In this pyramid, do you see the, come on, piece of garbage pen. Do you see this part right here? Yeah. That is called the regular height. H, which is the height of the pyramid. Do you see the difference there? Yeah. It's really important that you see the difference. Okay? Yeah. Okay, what I also wanted to do is using your, because you're going to need to write this down and memorize it. The flashcards. I don't know why she gave you those cards for. Well, what the hell are those cards for?
For those formulas.
Well, the hell is this formula? She didn't have to write it down.
I don't know.
Write down pyramid on them. We'll work on the cards this weekend because write down volume on one side and surface area on the other side. So for the volume or surface area volume, make sure you write down this formula. You don't need to know what B is and you don't know what H is. Surface area right here. Make sure you know what P is, S is, and B is. You see the one highlighted in yellow? Yeah. Yes, because that's what you need to know. It doesn't matter if you put surface area first or volume first. It means as long as you have it. Okay. And then this weekend, what we're gonna do is we're gonna print out the pictures. I'll glue it on your card so you have it. Did you write a side by side or did you write a one on top of each other? Okay, well that's gonna be kind of hard for you to draw a picture. Should be side by side next time. Okay. All right, for the volume, are you ready? For the volume, you gotta find the area of the base, right? Did we find the area of the base from the last problem? What was the area of the base? What was it? I'm highlighting it for you. This is not difficult. No, 8 is the side. What is the area of the base? So what is 8 times 8? Let's pay attention, please. H is what you need to find next. What is the height of the pyramid? Good. Do I have any other letters I need to find? No. Got base, got height, plug it in. 64. I don't know how your friends are actually figuring this out because this is ridiculous. She's not telling them to use the Pythagorean. I don't think she's ever taught you the Pythagorean theorem. Well, I'm surprised that she's even able to do anything because this is ridiculous. All right. First step, what do we do?
First step is identify the shape.
Yep, classify the shape. Do you have another card? Yeah, I got that card. Either one of them. Sure. We're gonna be using a lot of them. I'm gonna have like 5 different ones here. We're gonna go over all of them this weekend.
Oh.
Okay. The shape is a cylinder, correct? Okay, second part, formula. So we're gonna have volume. I want you to do a side by side so you have more room, okay? Second one is surface area, correct? Um, volume is gonna be easy because all volume is the area of the base times height. You understand that?
Yeah.
So B is area of the base, and what shape is the base?
Shape of the base is a circle.
Circle. So you just find the area of the circle. What's the formula for area of the circle?
Pi r squared.
Yeah. And H is just for height, correct?
Yeah.
So let's find the area of the circle. So do you see how this is the base right there? It could, I mean, really, it's the same thing, right? Okay, what's the radius of the circle?
Radius of the circle is
Well, here it's giving you 5, but 5 is the whole thing, right? That's the diameter. So what's the radius?
5.
Yeah. No. Radius, okay. What are we doing with this? Do you not see how this is from here to here? It's like half.
Yeah.
Do you see the red part right there? So the diameter is 5. What is your radius? What's half of the diameter? There you go. So for you to find the area of that, it's pi 2.5 squared. Now multiply that. Keep the pi.
Okay.
Okay. Now what is the height? Height is just the height of the cylinder, which is, oh, fuck. So the height is going to be this part right here. Do you see that? But it's not giving you that. It's giving you 9, which is the triangle that's inside of it. Do you see that? So we're going to draw that triangle, but do you see this triangle that's inside? That's going to be this green triangle. So I'm going to draw this green triangle right here so we can go ahead and solve for it, okay?
Yeah.
And you might have to do the same, just so you know what it looks like. Now let's label everything. You ready? This part is the height. That's what I need to find, right? And put that as a question mark. What is this part right here?
Um,
Look at the triangle inside.
9 inches.
Good. That's also the longer side, right? What's this side right here, the shorter side? No. 2.5 is from here to here. That's half of that. 5, correct? All right, let's do the Pythagorean theorem. You know 9 is the longer side, but also do you see how 9, the longer side is always opposite of the right angle? So let's do that. So question mark squared plus 5 squared, those are the two smaller sides, equals 9 squared. Let's see, 20.
Yeah, 14 going to 2 and 7.
Yeah, but then you don't have two enough. Do you see that? Like you don't have enough. So you can't take it out. So it's still going to be 14. But yes, it does. Okay. So then the question mark here, which is the height, right? Is what now? 2 square root 14, right? So then we're going to go ahead and multiply that. You ready? So the volume is area of the base. So you said 6.25 pi times 2 square root 14, right? This gets a little bit convoluted because you technically could take the 6.25 times the 2. You see that?
Yeah.
Which is then going to give you like a 12.50 square root 14 pi inches volume cubed.
Okay.
This is a hard one. And that's why I was like, and last year when you guys did this, she didn't have the inscribed angle. This is called, this triangle right here is called inscribed. Inscribed meaning that it's pushed inside. Triangle.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So that is the volume, right? Surface area. To find the surface area, take a look at the shape of this. I'm just erase this part right here. If I were to go ahead and find all the faces of this, do you see how there's two circles? Right? So we got 2 circles times 2, correct? Correct, but there's 2, correct? And do we know what is the area of the circle? Do you already find it?
Yeah.
What is it?
Mhm.
I think it's the area of the base, isn't it? Isn't this the same thing as that right there? So what was the answer of the area of the base?
2.5.
No. I circled it for you. Maybe you should pay attention. 6.25 pi, correct? But I have them multiplied by 2 because there's 2 circles, right?
Mhm.
Now, plus, do you see this part right here? Like if you unroll it, do you see this thing right here? If you unroll it, wouldn't it give you like this long piece like that?
Yeah.
Like this is gonna be the unroll the body, right?
Yeah.
So the way for you to find that is, isn't this part here is gonna be kind of like the length, right?
Yeah.
And this part right here will be the width, right?
Yeah.
Well, the width is just gonna be this part right here, right? And then we find that to be this part, which was the height, and that was 2 square root 14, right? Yeah, it's confusing, I get it. This part right here, the black part, is gonna be the circumference of the circle. Do you see that?
Yeah.
Okay. To find the circumference of the circle, it is pi times diameter. Do you see that?
Yeah.
What's the diameter again? It's 5, isn't it? Times 2 square root 14. I know this is hard. I get it. And we're going to practice that over the weekend. Okay. 5 times 2 is 10 square root 14 pi, right? That's everything. So you're going to take this part right here plus this part right here. Okay. So let's put it together. I know, it's a lot. 6.25 times 2 is 12.5, correct? Plus 10 square root 14 pi. And this is the surface area. So that is going to be inches squared. So just write that down. Okay. And you have the two answers now, right? Surface area, volume. Okay. I'm gonna fucking hate it. A pentagonal prism. Is she fucking out of her mind? Okay, go ahead.
Is 345 millimeters. Find the volume of a pyramid that has the same base but height is double the height of the pyramid. I just need Google solve this. I don't know.
Okay, that's okay. We're gonna do this. So first thing is pentagonal prism. I'm gonna draw the shape, right? So this is what it looks like. And basically what you can imagine this is like there's two of them. Right? And then this is gonna be kind of weird, but we're gonna connect this part here, this part here, this part here, this part here. Do you see that? Now it's like kind of a 3D, right? And if you can imagine this part right here, it's going down to here. Do you see that? Okay. This is called a pentagonal prism. Okay. So we're dealing with, this is number one. This is classify the shape, right? So second one, what do we need to do?
Um,
Formula.
Yeah.
We're dealing with volume, right? Any volume, it's always the area of the base times the height. Do you understand? So the area of the base, which shape is the area of the base? It's a pentagon,
yeah.
right? So this is the volume of the pentagon with a height 8 millimeters. So if this is a 8 millimeter, it is 345, right? That's the volume. Find the volume of a pyramid that has the same base, but whose height is double. Okay, so let's just use this one. So this one's saying if the volume is 345, B times, and 8 is a height, right? Well, we can solve for B, right? So B is going to be equal to 345 divided by 8, correct? Now divide that. What is that going to give you?
Okay. Is that it?
No. Read the question again.
Find the volume.
Okay. So the question is find the volume of the pyramid has the same base. Same base, so this is the same, right? The only difference is the height is double. If the height is 8, what is the double height going to be?
Double height is going to be 8 times.
Which is? So here we go. Here's the volume of the double height. This is what you're trying to find, right? Because the question says, find the volume of the pyramid who has the same base, but whose height is double, right?
Yeah.
Same thing, base times height, same formula, right? Your base is the same. So we found out that was 43.125, correct? But the height is not the same. The height is double. What's the double height? Now multiply that. And that's your answer. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. And that concludes it. And that's how she should teach you. But she doesn't fucking know how because she's